Nah. Yeah, trying to. Whoa. How y'all doing, man? We're about to get this thing going. I'm trying to get to go live on Instagram, but they are not letting me delete this video in order for me to go live on it. All right, here we go. All right, guys. Shalom, shalom. Welcome in, right? Just trying to get all of this stuff done. We are doing a new series, right? On Thursdays before my sister's show, Koti Speaks, we are going live to show the different tribes that we've done, right? Over this, 2 years, we have done, over the last 3 years of working in the community, we've gone in and interviewed over 37 of the big chiefs. As you guys will see, we have a thing called 42 tribes. I want to first let everybody know that there are way more than all right, I think we got all the technical difficulty finally done. I see in the building, George. So over the last 3 years, we've gone into the community of the masking community. Many people know as Mardi Gras Indians. And we have interviewed over 37. Our series is called 42 Tribes, but there are way more than 42 tribes in the city. When we did this 3 years ago and embarked upon this, we got a list that gave us 42 active tribes. Now that was active from the year before. Doesn't mean that they were the only ones. Sometimes tribes don't mask every year. Sometimes the chief takes off a year or things happen. So at the time we did it, there were active 42 tribes or more, right? So when we say the 42 Tribes series, we just want everybody to know that there's way more of our culture and people in our city that are following their indigenous calling, right? So we have, tonight we're going to start with number one that we start off with, and as everybody knows, Big Chief Daryl Montana, the Yellow Pocahontas, the lineage of the Yellow Pocahontas. What's up, my brother Big Chief Black in the building? The lineage of the Yellow Pocahontas and Tootie Montana all the way to BK is a storied fundamental tribe of our community and our culture. So, we pray that we did a decent job at giving you guys the history of the tribe and letting Big Chief Montana speak for himself. Again, our efforts with the 42 tribes was to let the big chiefs speak for themselves and not our directive or narrative. So without further ado, we are going to do this and know that at 7 o'clock, we are all switching over to my sister's show. It's a great show tonight. It is about COINTELPRO 2.0. It is going really deep into the Vlad TVs. It's going to go deep into the Nasheeds. It's going to go deep into what social media has become, our new snitch. So make sure that you guys tune into Koti Speaks or Koti tomorrow, her station. If Sharonda can put up her station for us, because I get in between the Koti Speaks and Koti tomorrow. So anyway, let's see, without further ado, let's get into our first big chief of the series, Big Chief Daryl Montana.
My name is Daryl Joseph Montana. My tribe, because it's always be my tribe, is the Yellow Pocahontas. And I look at between it, my father and I, my dad did 52 years and I did 48 years. So what is that? That's 100 years. Just between me and him. And I never would have thought that 48 years later, I would still be doing it. But when you get involved in it, you know, it's a serious piece of business. And, you know, anybody who dress, I respect what they do because I know what it takes. Nobody can make this stuff by themselves. Anybody tell you they could do it. Now, when I was doing it like this, I could do it. But when you step up into another category, you need help. But then when you're doing this here, you struggling because you paying bills, you gotta live, you gotta do. So you gotta kind of center your life around this, and then everything else come after. You make sure you get the money for the suit. If you're serious about it. My daddy was one, he didn't take no excuses. Why you couldn't? One year, me and a little guy got into it. I didn't dress. And me and the guy got into it. It was about to be a big old thing. And he said, he took up for the little guy. He said, you come here disrupting my game. Mr. Guy wasn't dressed, but he was a helper. And he said, you don't even have a suit on. He said, you need to have some feathers in your head. So I knew then, I gotta get myself together. So, you know, I had some difficulties in my earlier life. I went to prison. I was gone for 3 years. I come back home, and while I was gone, I sang Indian songs for 3 years in the field. I must have had a tribe of about 300. So I was like, and if it had not been for this, I don't know where my mind frame would have been when I was incarcerated, because I've seen where it was trying to drive me, sending me to go cut grass and water. I'm standing in water with a trying to, you know, but they was mentally messing with me. Mm-hmm. But I realized, I said, you know what? The longer I stay here, the stronger I'll be. I'll be strong as King Kong, and I have not stopped. It's all because I had this to fall back on.
Before Katrina, y'all routes haven't changed after Katrina.
My route has always been the same route my daddy took. I've never changed anything. I never changed the songs. The same songs my daddy sang. Just like now, you know, he was very sticker for people, making sure people sing Indian Red right. And one guy was changing the song, and he said, "You don't change that song." He said, "You want to change something? Change that suit. Quit wearing that old suit." So what came up, came out. And that's what I liked about him. He had a word, and I tried to mimic myself exactly like he was, you know. This was the first suit I made with my daddy not being there, because my daddy died 2 months before Katrina. So this was the first suit I did, and I did it in honor of him. In fact, this is a replica of my daddy in his last suit coming out of my suit. I got the arms moved and everything. You know, so when I walked the street, it looked like he was walking the street. Fire on the mount, dragons in the grass, Lord have mercy, let my people pass. Cry! Cry! Pretty queen. Only the pretty queens dressed like that. I traced my mama's hands. I saw hands, and inside a dream picture. So I dedicated this suit to my mama. For years and years, my mama really was the driving force that kept this culture thing going in our area, because they were trying to get my dad.
When he golden crown, or the golden crown, my big G.
When you say you're gonna be cheap, it's like a 8-cylinder car. All pistons gotta be hit. No, you're gonna have a miss. It's gonna be running sluggish. So I believe, and it's just me. You know, my daddy was hard on me when it came to doing this. You know, when I put my suit on now, I know there's health issues. It's hard when you make this stuff and then you gotta wear it. And sometimes I've seen guys say they're not gonna do it because they didn't have the money to get the feathers. Well, you know, so everybody got different stories, but my story is I've been fortunate enough for 40 years.
What's up, Nick?
I've been on a mission. My mission is economic development within our culture. I know I've taught over 3,000 kids. Also, I've taught some senior citizens as well how to make the dolls. The senior citizens are on a fixed income. Make the dolls. They'll be able to supplement that check they get once a month to help them with their medication bills or whatever. The young kids. If I don't get the kids, you know who's going to wind up getting them? The dope dealer.
Get up, let's go, get up, let's go, get up, let's go, get up, let's go.
Don't get no support. I've done one thing with the Tourist Commission. They took a street car and put it on an 18-wheeler truck and drove it to Chicago, outside of the Intercontinental Hotel. It was about 7 of us that went on the trip by way of the young lady Tony, right? She's no longer there. And I was able to make money by that way. But they were using us to let the world know that New Orleans is not still underwater. So that's why we did that. But as far as anything else, haven't really gotten any kind of play. I've been teaching at Xavier. I think this should be about my 24th year teaching kids how to do this. And the money that I made for the summer camp paid for the suit. So I didn't have to be trying to figure that one out. But in my traveling, I've got a chance to go to other places, and everybody's trying to get here. And I was telling somebody not long ago, but Indian is key, and everything else come after that.
Everything come after that.
You know, it's like to not have us. This is how serious it is. To not have us is like gumbo without the seasoning. The lessons that I've learned is that it's not a me, it's we, and it's us. Because for me to do this and not have people, the masses out there waiting for me to come out, I mean, from sun up to sundown, if it takes that long. To be in the presence of folks and they're just telling you how much they love you. You know, just so much love. And even some of the people that was my rivalry was this year, because they knew it was my last year and they didn't dress. And I had one young man to come up to me and say, "Chief, can I take a picture with you?" Now, he's a chief too. And for years and years, I kind of had a bad taste in my mouth because the way he dealt with me, you know what I'm saying? But this is a competitive sport. And for him to come up and ask me, "Can he take a picture?" I said, "Of course, come on." You know, and then he tell me, he said, "Man, I love you." Wow. And I posted some stuff that I'm not in competition with anybody. I just do what I do. I teach a lot. You know, I try to teach by passing it on, you know, and I'm just hoping that what my dad has gone through, what I've gone through thus far, that the tribe will continue. And Indian is a beautiful thing, but in it, there's some ugliness in it, you know, because everybody won't try to be the one, but I feel, you know, and I think I do pretty good, but I feel like there was only one, and it was Tootie Montana.
Y'all for tuning in. Our first installment of the 42 Tribes playing weekly up until Carnival, February 17th. We will have a couple of events that we are doing. We will announce them soon as we continue to play this series. We're going to make announcements of what we're doing for Carnival 2021. And let me assure you, it will be international. Give all praise. Now I want everybody to switch on over to a co-TV, and my sister's going to give you guys a great show tonight in reference to. She's going to give you guys a great show tonight in reference to COINTELPRO 2.0, in reference to what we're dealing with in our community for social media and how it is affecting our communities by having us put in jail, how this is being used as another way to end our community and end our culture. So we pray that you guys switch on over, get this information. We know what kind of world we're dealing with: vaccines, wars, rumors of wars, being hacked. Social media is still the main thing that's targeting our community. So switch on over to Koti Speaks. She'll be starting in about 3 seconds. We'll see y'all next Thursday. Shalom. Me shalom.